So, Paul from Dove and Serpent, during his Sagittarius reading, he said, Sagittarius, you need to slow down and take a break, mentioning all my problems with my body, like my back pain and ankle, foot pain. And he's right. But I've fallen into this routine or habit, and it's like I can't just have an empty room and some momentary peace and quiet without taking advantage of the situation. You know what I mean? How can I, as a solo female traveler, content creator, how can I not record video when I finally have an opportunity? I have to make the most of my time. So that's what I'm doing. Even though I might not be in the mood to record, I'm still gonna do it. Because I'm a workaholic. And it's like I can't stop. I think the only way I'll be able to stop is like, when nature intervenes. So, like, when the universe intervenes in my life, such as when that bird unalived itself on my window. And then I took the time and energy to go to the park for the first time behind my house. It was like a national park or something. It was a park with hiking trails and stuff. And that was the first time I went there. And it was just to bury the dead bird. So, but obviously that's still work, but it took me out of my house and into nature, because obviously I don't spend enough time in nature. My back hurts because I spend too much time in bed, right? There's no furniture here. So as you can see, there are definitely, challenges with living the hostel life, right? I mean, I want to spend time with them, but this is the only private space that I have, besides like when I shower, right? Obviously, I'm not gonna bring them in the shower. Although I've brought well, I might have brought her into the shower. But if they have clothes on, like Iron Man, obviously he's just plastic. But really, I probably shouldn't bring them in the bath either, because if water doesn't completely dry, then they might get mold in them. So, anyways, um, yeah, I'm ready to get out of here. I, I think what needs to change is simply getting out of the hostel life. But at the same time, it's like I want to save money. I mean, it's hard because, like, okay, there's obviously trade-offs. The cost of living is definitely way more affordable in Southeast Asia. However, you have to keep in mind I'm paying for flights, baggage fees. So, am I really, I just don't want to be a slave to a landlord and the utility companies. But whatever path or choices you make, you're going to be a slave to that system, right? So once you're caught up in this hostile life and traveling, because, if you're traveling, you got to keep it moving. You can't just stay in a fucking country. You can't just be like, oh, I want to move to Azerbaijan. I'm not saying that I want to move there, but, or I want to move to Nigeria, and then all of a sudden, no, it doesn't work that way. You need, like, probably an invitation letter. You need documentation. You need to, do a lot of bullshit. A lot of bullshit that I don't want to do, but, that. I mean, if you have money, then yes, you can easily just buy your citizenship. But obviously, the majority of us don't meet those qualifications, which is why I've been listening to subliminals, dammits.